Is this too close? That's too close. Ozzy. And my clothes. Okay. What's up everyone? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Courtney if you're new here, and today I'm going to talk about the Huda Beauty Rose Gold Remastered palette. It looks like this. There is a little bit of a questionable thing that happened with it that I will talk about and address in the video. If you want to hear my thoughts on this and see this eye look, as well as like, I don't know, 6 swatches at the end. Before I begin though, if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. It really helps me out and I would love to see you around some more. So without further ado, please stay tuned. So I'm just gonna go ahead and get into this because you're getting weird, you can probably see my D&D sheet over here. I don't know. Please excuse my background. So I'm going in with the Huda Beauty Rose Gold Remastered palette today. This is my first impressions, and although I have used Huda Beauty shadows before, I have not used any of the big palettes. I have a lot of the little mini 9 square ones that I absolutely love. I love that they're compact. I love that they're super pigmented and they have like good glitters and they have really good color stories. I love them. And if you can get them on sale too, whenever Sephora does a sale, they're so nice and they're so easy for travel. Especially if you want to bring your, daily palettes, and then maybe you just want to bring the small blue one for color accent. What's the thing I want to say? Pop of color. That's it. I just think those are great. One thing I do want to know, and I just want to say something about this because it's something that's frustrating to me, and I've probably mentioned it before, but Huda Beauty team or whoever came out and said that they were no longer doing the rose gold palette, that they were discontinuing it. And then they released this, the remastered one. I don't know if when they said that they were discontinuing it, that they said that they were going to do it again but better. And I don't want to think that a company would do that, but at the end of the day, it's a business, and for them to be like, it's not going to be around anymore, I feel like more people would rush out to buy it, and then they re-release it with different formula and they're like, just kidding. I don't know. In a way that just seems kind of like a cheap way to get more sales and to not trick people into buying it, but kind of lead people on that this is no longer going to be around. You have to get it now because rose gold will be no more. Also, if you got the older palette and then this was re-released with better formulas, I would be pissed because I'm like, well, I don't want my other one anymore, because if it sucks, then why wouldn't I want the better version? I feel like I don't really touch on that anymore. So I don't know. I don't want to think anything bad or, whatever, but that's just kind of my take on it, and I thought it was kind of weird. This is what I got setup wise today. I am in natural light right by a window, so that's that. I have primed my eyes already, and I actually primed my eyes today. And I used the ColourPop No Filter Concealer in the shade Fair 04. I like the fact that I'm taking a $65 palette and using, what is it, $6 concealer or something? I will also mention that I got this palette on sale, and this is the outside unit carton. It's very pretty. It has all the ingredients and everything on the back. I like that. And then this is the actual palette. So you got Huda Katan. And it's kind of you see the chromy reflective bits. That's kind of cool. And it does say remastered on it. So just so you know, you're getting the remastered one. Inside too, you have this little sheet, mirror protective thing, but also the mirror has a little film on it. I think that's nice. It's double protected. I don't know. I keep plastic mirror things on for too long. I'm sorry if that bothers you. But yeah, so it's kind of this little see-through thing, which is nice. And then here are the shades. So here is the palette a little closer. It is beautiful. This is right up my alley, and I really like this. I'm gonna read a little blurb on the back that says a little bit about the shadows and such. What you thought can I read? No. What you thought was love was barely a crush. Introducing the Rose Gold Palette Remastered, all in caps. 18 revamped eyeshadows, including 8 buttery mattes that blend seamlessly with your skin. 8 melted metal shadows with a blinding pure foil finish and easy application. We'll see about that. One jet black wet and dry shadow. Yes. For a dramatic cat liner or intense smoky eye. One pressed pearls shadow to highlight your look. It says a similar thing. That was on the back of this. It says a similar thing on the back of this. Yeah, just basically kind of the same thing, but with different words. I love the fact there's a black in there that you can get wet. This one down in this corner, black truffle. I am all about dual purpose things. I was gonna grab like a bone colored shadow, but I don't feel like you should have to have anything extra to make a palette work sometimes. And even though I've done that in the past, I don't really necessarily like doing that when I do palette first impressions. Have I done it differently before? Probably. So I'm first gonna take this Demure shade. This shade right here. It's like the lightest, hello? It's like the lightest shade in the palette, so there's not really like a bone color, but that's okay. I'm gonna see if it works. Oh, there's a lot of powder that comes up. I don't really care about that. It's blending out very softly. Just kind of putting this down as like a base. There's a lot of kick up. Okay, I like that color. Definitely can build these up easily. I feel like depending on the eye primer that you use too, you might get a different result. If you use like a white base, your color will show up a little more intense. So that's just something to note. Now I think I'm gonna go in with the shade Risque. That's this one over here. And I'm gonna run it into my crease with this no-name crease brush. I'm being super light-handed with this. It's a really pretty shade. Again, easy to build up. Like, look at the difference between that. My camera's dying. So that's a plus, especially with mattes. Making it pretty rounded and bringing it a little lower than I usually would, but I don't mind that at all. This is not the best crease brush ever, but my other one is dirty, so I didn't want to try to use that. But yeah, it's pretty nice for just this scruffy little thing. I don't mind that at all. It's like a purpley, plummy. Yeah. For the lid color, I really want to take like one of these, what did they call them? How did they word this? 8 melted metals. So I want to take, wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Which one's the pearl one? Moondust or Bubbly? I do want to take the rose gold shade and put it on my lid. I have pressed into it with my finger, and my finger kind of sunk into it, which these are soft, but not like falling out of the pan like Subculture soft. But I kind of just want to go in with the rose gold one because it's the rose gold palette. So I'm going to go in with this one right here, the rose gold, just because I feel like it's fitting. And I'm actually going to apply it with my finger because that nail is short right now. Yeah, it's like a cushiony type of, it's so soft. I don't want to like ruin it, like. That's pretty. Yep, I knew it was gonna be pretty. Just kind of swirling my finger around. It's really dipping in. That is definitely pretty. Yep. I don't really like having to use, like if you have to use your finger for a shadow, because I feel like I usually have long nails and that's just kind of annoying. Stab myself in the eye, but you know, my nails are short right now, so wow, like that is so nice. Okay, but do you see what I mean with the shadow, how it's kind of dipped in? This one right here, it's just kind of like dented in, which I don't know how much product is in that. And I noticed a little bit of transfer when I open my eye because my lid does that. There's a little bit of transfer up there. I'm sure if you did like a cut crease and you might not have that problem, like with concealer, and so that's just something to note. I'm just gonna take a brush, a small detailed Real Techniques brush for the other eye, just to see how it applies, if it applies any better, any different. I'm pretty sure that these are advertised to be used more with your finger, but still really pretty. Has a cool like duochrome thing happening, that it looks kind of like goldish and then it looks kind of pinkish. God, like freaking rose gold. Good one. Definitely more intense with your finger, and it's a little easier. Just maybe I need a different brush. I don't know. There's definitely less fallout over here when I use my finger. Oh, I have an eyelash. Anyway, and I have a little more fallout happening here with the brush, just because, I mean, obviously you're gonna have that. I don't like what's happening to the shadow in the pan as I'm trying to use it. It's breaking up and being weird. I feel like you could waste a lot of product with how much is moving around. There's quite a bit of fallout using the brush instead of finger-wise, but they're similar looking. I don't hate it. I might use not this brush next time, but a thicker, wider brush maybe. I'm gonna jump to the lower lash line really quick, and I'm gonna use that first shade that I used, that Demure shade, that one. I'm gonna use this small detailed brush and run it on my lower lash line pretty much the whole way across. My camera died. I just literally am still at where I was. But I just ran the Demure shade on my lower lash line, and I'm gonna take that Risque shade right here, the one that I put in my crease, and I'm gonna put it on the little, just like on that outer corner of my lower, this right here section of my lower lash line, just to kind of connect the two. Yeah, I want to use like all of these shades. I really am liking these so far, and I knew I would like the colors, so I'm definitely going to use this more in the future and try different looks and maybe do something a little more dramatic. But for now, I'm going to keep it kind of simple because I feel like a lot of people look at palettes like this and think I could never use that day to day. But I feel like you can, and that's just my opinion, and you might not agree, but I feel like if you like makeup and you want to try this and you want to wear it day to day, you can, and you should try. If you don't like it, you don't like it, and you can wipe it off because that's makeup and you can do that. Anyway, I'm gonna take this bubbly shade right over here as my inner corner highlight and see how that goes. So that's this shade right here. It's upside down, I'm sorry, but I don't want to blind you with the mirror. I'm just gonna go in with this dual-ended Urban Decay brush. I think this is from the Smoky palette because it has that smoky bit in it. Pretty dense pencil brush. Literally nothing is coming up on this, right? Am I blind? Oh, okay. Just didn't look like it. It's cute. Is this the pressed pearls one? It looks like it's sealing with the brush. That's weird. What's happening? I'm gonna take my finger and see. Like, it's a strange feel. I don't know how to describe it. I'm just gonna stamp it. It's a pretty shade. But like, look. I mean, you can see that pretty clearly how that is sealed in that corner. You see what I'm talking about? It's like sealed over. You can scrape at it and it seems like, can I not see that? It's still applying, so that's cool, but I'm gonna take the Moon Dust shadow right next to it, pick it up on the same brush. I can definitely see that on this brush. I'm gonna, there we go. I like that. Yeah, that I feel like is maybe the pearl one that they're talking about. Press the pearls. How do they word it? Yeah, I like that a lot better. One highlighting pressed pearl. Okay, cool. I really want to take Trust Fund and put it on my middle lid. Middle lid? Sorry, I keep twisting this up and down and left and right. I'm now going to take this Trust Fund shade because I can't not use it, and I'm going to put it on the center of my lid. And I'm going to try it with a more dense, detailed brush this time. I'm not going to use my finger because I don't want to. This shade. I've swatched it on my hand before and it's so pretty. Yeah, it still has that like cushiony feel, like moves around, and oh god, a whole bunch of it just came up. I don't even know how to show this. I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but so much of that eyeshadow just came up on my brush. Can you see that? I don't know, but it's gonna be Fallout City. Oh, that's pretty. Wow. Wow, 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 I love that. That's a really nice copper feel. Yeah, I'm gonna use my finger from the other side just to test it out. God, I hate how much these move around in the pan though. It makes me uncomfortable. I don't want to go overboard with this because then it's gonna look more coppery instead of rose gold, which I don't mind, but I like that. That's cool. I'm gonna blend a little bit more, blend a little bit here because it doesn't look as neat. And that's just me. Like, I'm just not the greatest eyeshadow blender. I'm gonna go in with that black truffle shade, the one down in the corner that's just black. And I'm gonna use this as my eyeliner. I'm just gonna take my angled Eco Tools brush that I use for most all of my like pot and liquid liners and eyeshadows, honestly. This brush rocks. Any angled brush I'm sure would be fine though. I'm gonna go in dry first and then maybe dampen the brush just to see. So far away from a mirror right now. Not too shabby. Yeah, that's a good smoky. I'm gonna layer a little bit more on, but that's a good smoky line. I quite like that. I'll try to do it the same on the other side. Sorry if I'm not really showing this well. This eyeliner is a beast of its own. That ain't bad. I don't want to keep going because I know I'm going to screw it up. Okay, so they're not perfectly even, but I'm going to dampen my brush just a little bit and put it over this one and see if it makes a difference. I love so much that this is a wet and dry shadow, and they actually say that. I would not try to use the other ones wet and dry. Maybe I would. Okay, definitely when it's wet or damp really defines the line more. I'm getting a little carried away, but I wouldn't say that this is like jet black, but maybe if I sprayed it with like all-nighter or something like that, it would be more intense, but oh yeah, I hope you can see that. Yeah, that's way different. Oh God, they are not even. I like how this one looks a little bit better than that one. What? God dang. Better. I like that. The real test is gonna be to see how this lasts and if it like flakes off and does something funky. I like these tones, clearly. I thought they blended nicely. Obviously, going in and blending more is a good way to go. I like where this is at right now. What I'm not crazy about is how much these moved around in the pan, which makes me a little nervous to like travel with something like this. So you can kind of see what the corners that I used of the shades, like kind of where they moved around a little bit. It's not a huge deal. And honestly, I think because they're more like cushiony feeling, that if you did drop it, I don't think it would break up. I don't want to test that. I'm gonna go ahead and finish the rest of my face off camera and I will be right back. Wow, I look so different. I have been mixing up a couple things with my foundation face routine and I'm not really stoked on it lately. I just feel like, I don't know, I feel like there's a couple things I need to tweak, but I will leave all of the details on what is on my face in the description box if you're curious. So my final thoughts on the palette itself is that this is really pretty. I really want to try out more of it. I'm a little concerned with how much they move around in the pan once you kind of dip your finger in there. I feel like I might be frustrated with that later if the pan or if the palette itself gets really dirty and kind of like pigments get everywhere. Even just putting this back in, the sleeve back in, you can see that shade Trust Fund is like all over, and Rose Gold. Maybe that's why they put this in here, to try to keep it a little cleaner. I will keep the insert in it. I don't feel like a lot of people would though. I feel like a lot of people are gonna think that that's annoying and too much of a hassle. So it's kind of up to you on that. Would I pay $65 for this palette? I don't want to be mean, but I want to be honest, and no, I wouldn't. I would get it on sale. I would get it sometime when Sephora has their VIB event, or, you know, sales like that when they do their percentages off, or, you know, what have you. But $65 is a lot to pay for something that they had to remaster. Do you know what I mean? I feel like some people are gonna feel that, and other people are gonna be like, who cares? I'd pay $65 for it because Natasha Denona palettes are 120 something, and Pat McGrath shadows palettes are like 10 shadows for 120 something. I don't know. Shadows in general, I feel like, are getting more expensive. Are they worth it? Are they not? Different people think different things, but I did like the fact that I got these on sale. These are definitely tones that I gravitate towards if these are ones that you like as well. I think you won't be disappointed. I just think going into it knowing that these textures are a little bit different is something you need to be aware of. I do like the black. I would stick to one corner if you're gonna like dampen it like I did, just in case. I enjoy this. I just don't know if $65 is what I would pay for it. But at $42, it's great, and that leaves the shadows at whatever each, math. Obviously, if you don't like rose gold, don't get the palette because that's pretty much what's in here. I will say though that this section that has these down here, like these mattes down here, are a little bit more wearable every day to me, and this one as well, just because, and you could take out this maroon and really keep it wearable. These are a little more easy. I really can't wait to use those and just keep it kind of more simple and brown tone, because I do like that. And I do love a good gray shade. I really do. I feel like that shade alone could make it a little more grungy for you, especially with this maroon. So I like that because I like those types of looks. So you got options, you know? One thing I will also note is that if you're going to use the black in the shade, I did have a lot of fallout, and literally when I went to put my primer on, I didn't see it, but it like smeared black on my face. So just something to know. I really did pack it on that angled brush though. So another thing to keep in mind, you might not have a big of a problem as I did, but that is something that I noticed, and I'm really glad that I did my eyes first, because if that would have fallen on my foundation, it would have just, I would have had a black eye. I swatched the top row up on my hand, and they are so nice. So you've got Dubai, Fling, Trust Fund, Rose Gold, Pink Diamond, and then down here is the 24 karat. Those are stunning. Pink Diamond, Rose Gold didn't really swatch that great, but Pink Diamond, whoa. And that was all with my bare fingers on bare hand. And those just, they're so nice looking. But again, finger swatch, so it's not, that doesn't really tell you how it performs on your eyes. But I just thought I would show you because they're really pretty. I'm not gonna swatch them all. That is pretty much it for my thoughts and this easy look with the rose gold palette. You could do an all matte look with this, and that is another reason why I really like the palette, because they do include those 8 mattes that are just kind of essential, I feel like, when doing eye looks. You gotta have those good mattes in there. If you guys have any comments on this, please leave it down below. I would love to talk to you and see what you guys think about this rose gold thing. I don't know why that's so hard for me to say sometimes. Rose gold, rose gold, rolls. As always, thank you so much for watching today. If you would like to subscribe or like or any of those things, it really helps me out and I really do appreciate it. That's it. I hope you all are doing well, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye!